When hope is gone, undo this lock and send me forth on a moonlit walk. Release restraint level 0. Hey kids, want to see a dead body?
Hey guys, this is the Void of the Ravenclaw. Welcome back to another fanfiction story. I do apologize for the late upload. I was just procrastinating. I was just being lazy. That's on me. Alright. I'm gonna give you a little guy's rundown on Izumi's quirk. Like I said prior, she has sticky thread. If you're familiar with the time I got reincarnated as a slime, you know what type of power I'm using. And she also has the ability to produce 8, yeah, let's say about 8 black metal spider legs that can produce poison. She has full control over how potent the poison can be, or if she has complete control over if she chooses who she poisons. She could easily stab someone with those metal legs and not get poisoned. It all really depends on how she feels. Let's get this started. As we start our story off, Joker standing around in the League of Villains base, humming a tune. The Joker is waiting for the strange-looking, suited Cloud Man to get an audience with One for All. Joker's been doing business. Well, actually, been a business partner with the League of Villains for a few years now. Ever since Harley ditched him, he's been trying to find things to fill his time. But an idea came to him when he was fighting Batman and his little brats that he adopts. He decided he wanted a son or daughter of his own to continue his work when eventually he kicks the bucket or is unable to continue. He knows he's not going to live forever, so he needs a successor or a heir. Also, short note, the poison effect of her quirk came from one of my subscribers, so just let you guys know ahead of time. So okay, now let's continue this story. As Kirigiri finally appeared, and as a portal opened up, as the Joker sees a business partner and some sort of strange doctor by his side. Welcome, Joker. Welcome, Joker. Have you been having fun in Japan? I have. It's a beautiful city, and the heroes are fun to mess with. What can I do for you, Joker? Well, you see, All for One, you know my history between me and the bats and his little kids. After all, you're taking a daughter of your own that can make things decay by placing all 5 of her fingers. I made up my mind. I want my own little apprentice, son or daughter, it doesn't really matter. I want you and your creepy doctor over there to create me my own kid. I have what you need. As the Joker holds up 2 vials of blood, with a couple hair samples in the other vial. Actually, he had 4 vials. Blood samples and hair samples from himself and from Harley Quinn. Would you be so kind to modify my future kid a little bit? Make he or she stronger. Of course, you get something out of the deal, of course. I will turn a blind eye if you decide to make one of your nifty little headquarters. Headquarters, a branch of your league in Gotham. And you will be protected. And my crew won't mess with yours. Interesting proposal, Joker. I accept. I've been wanting to establish the league in Gotham for some time now. I hope we could continue this friendly business arrangement we have. Doctor, take the vials of blood and hair and get to work. Of course, Master. Mr. Joker, do you mind if I modify her genetics? Sorry. Do you mind if I modify the genetics a little bit? To make the child more stronger and durable. Of course, I won't be turning this child into a Nomu. The child will be different. It will go through half of the same process of notification. The same process I do turning people into my creations. You see, Doc, the stronger my child is, the better. Now, look at the time. I must go. I have a date with the bats. Hate to be late. As All For One told Killgear to open the portal up to Gotham. As the Joker was about to step through the portal, as he stopped, if my future child have those nifty little quirks, could you modify it? It would be most appreciated. As the Joker stepped through the portal, just thinking about all sorts of things he would teach his future son or daughter. 3 years has passed. The Joker made his way to Japan through a portal. As he enters a lab, as he sees the doctor waiting for him, next to him some sort of green liquid. Sorry, a tube with green liquid in it. Joker could see a body figure in the water. As he steps closer to the tube, examine it, as he sees a green hair, a little green hair girl around the age of 5 or 6 years old, floating in the water with some sort of breathing device over her face, wearing some sort of white gown. Good to see you, Mr. Joker. It's done. This is your daughter. I have increased her physical strength, durability, and speed through the modifications I add to her and the DNA you provided. She's completely immune to any chemicals. Despite my curiosity for your genetic code, Mr. Joker, she's a perfectly healthy 5-year-old girl with a very interesting, unique quirk. I dubbed it Sticky Thread. She's able to produce some sort of thread through her fingernails. According to my analyzations, it should be able to cut through steel. And she might have added bonuses to her quirk. Just keep an eye on that. Would you like to meet her? I would be delighted. Release my daughter. Let's get a good look at her. Good work, Doc. The doctor did so as the water begins to drain. Joker took out his daughter out of the tube. As the portal opened up for him to leave back to Gotham with his new daughter in hand. She's still unconscious. I'll handle things from here, Doc. Thanks for the help. You do good work. Before I go, I jumpstart her intelligence. She's going to be a lot more smarter for someone her age. Perfect. As Joker stepped through the portal, finally, as he found himself in Ace Chemicals, as he's walking up the stairs to his chambers to lay his daughter on the bed and wait for her to wake up to finally meet his new daughter. As the green hair 5-year-old girl yawned and stretched, as she opens her eyes, as her father could see the bright glowing green eyes from his daughter. Where am I? Where's the doc? Where's the doctor? Hello there, dear. As he dragged a chair and sat across from his new daughter. As the girl tilts her head to the side, looking at the strange man, already sitting in front of her, she feels a similarity between her and this man. The dials are already churning in her head, already figuring out the relation towards this man to her. As she finally figured it out, Pops? Joker had a wide grin on his face as he picked up his daughter and spun around in his room, smiling upon his daughter. Indeed, my girl, I'm your papa. Your time with the doc is over. You are home. It's gonna be a great day. But first, introductions need to get out of the way. Most people refer me as the Joker or Mr. J. You, my dear, just call me Papa or Dad. Allow me to introduce you to the rest of the Rat Pack group. As he holds his daughter in his arms while walking out of the room, gathering up his goons and introducing her to his men. Attention, maggots. This is my beloved, cherished new daughter. As he had a finger under his chin, in a thinking pose, as he's trying to think of a name for her. I got it, boys. This is my daughter, Izumi. All of his goons were shocked and surprised. One of them accidentally fell off the second story balcony or whatever in the room. Izumi extended her hand out as an invisible thread comes shooting out of her fingertips, cocooning the man. When the sticky thread started to wrap around the goon, it became visible. As the sticky thread encased the man from getting hurt as he's hanging upside down. Nice save, sweetheart. Be careful, boys. That fall could be a doozy. As Joker starts to laugh uncontrollably. All right, boys, get back to work. I have so much to teach you, my beloved daughter. 3 years went by. Joker and his... Sorry, give me a second, guys. I messed that up. Joker has been non-active for these past 3 years because he's more concerned about mentoring his new daughter to take over the family business when he's no longer able to, or if he's in jail. And that made the Bat family off edge, knowing that Joker is out there but not causing any trouble. They're worried about what the Joker is plotting. And when it came to Izumi, she took to her father's lessons. She took to her father's lessons in increasing rate. Her father was very proud of her. As you see the Joker in a room with several people with black hoods over their faces around a round table. One of the Joker goons placed a big cake in the middle of the table. The Joker pulled off the hood, revealing the members of the Justice League one by one, including Batman, Wonder Woman, Flash, Black Canary, and Superman. Wiki wiki, sleepyheads. As Joker glanced at Batman as Batman's glaring at him. I want to thank you for coming to this very special party. Now, where's the guest of honor? Goons? As one of the goons whispered something in his ear. Everyone heard the door open from the other side of the room. The whole Justice League got a good look who's coming through the door. As the Justice League sees a little girl holding on to one of the goons' hands while walking into the room, the member of the Justice League could see the bright glowing green eyes and green hair, as she seemed to be the age of about 9 years old. As she hops on the goon she's walking with lifts her up and puts her on the chair. As the Joker pulled the chair closer to the table so she could reach the utensils. Are you playing at, Joker? You quite all these years just to kidnap us for some sort of birthday party? Who's the brat? As the Joker backhand Bruce in the face. Manners, Bats. That's no way to talk to my daughter. As the Joker was extremely amused by the reaction he got from everyone in the room, especially Batman. You see, Bats, my darling little girl has turned 9 today, and I wanted to throw her a special party, so I invited all you here today to attend. Considering we have so much history, you're almost like family. You should appreciate the thought I thought out, trying to find restraints to restrain some of your powers, especially the Amazon woman and Soups over there. I was about to say something else until he got sticky thread wrapped around his mouth. Shut up. I want my cake. Thank you, Papa. Of course, anything for my special princess. As the Joker leans over to kiss his daughter on the forehead. After her father sang happy birthday, and forcibly placing all guns to the Justice League's head to sing happy birthday along. As Izumi begins to eat her... let me start this over again. Her father cut a piece for everyone, including her daughter first, as the goons force feed the cake into everyone's mouth. They can't use their hands. Joker made sure everyone got a nice piece of cake. Well, I think it's time for the best part. My daughter. Presents. Joker ordered one of his men to bring it out, as she's holding a small baby hyena. As the goon headed over to Izumi. Izumi, the emotional face she usually has, immediately turned into a bright smile as she hugged and got a grip on her new friend, and hugged the small hyena, and gave her Papa a big hug. Thank you, Papa. No problem, my princess. I hope you guys had a good time. Going home now. As the Joker placed some sort of electronic key on the table. This is the key to your nifty little constraints. If I were you, I would suggest you hurry. After all, I have a very powerful explosion in this building that will go off, as he checked his watch, about 5 minutes. Oh, and I forgot to mention this. The cake you just ingest. It's a very special cake. It's laced with fear toxin. Have fun. Izumi ate the fear toxin as well, but because she's immune to all toxin because of her father's blood, she's completely immune to fear toxin, so it doesn't affect her whatsoever. Holding the small hyena in one hand, holding her father in another, as they walked out of the building. As sometime a few minutes later, you see Izumi and her father standing on top of the building, watching the building explode. As she has a frown on her face, seeing the League escape just in time. Apparently, Batman has some antidote with him. They got lucky. Well, you look at that. They got out. No matter. Let's leave, my dear daughter. Bravo, Bats, bravo. Hey, Papa. As we do a little time skip to move things along, as you see a 14-year-old girl wearing a black dress with some sort of black spider tattoo on her arm that she's had since her birth, as she's petting her hyena, listening to music in her room. As she hears guns fire from the other room, she doesn't really care. She can't really hear much over the music, as she has her headphones on. When the door bursts open, her hyena jumped into her shadow because it was startled. Her hyena has a quirk. The hyena is able, well, her hyena, the hyena is a girl, by the way, is able to jump into her shadow, so she's always by her side. It has some sort of lesser shadow quirk. Miss Izumi? Is it? We're kind of being attacked. Care to explain to me who's attacking us? And where's my father? He was captured and sent to Blackgate, according to our sources. The Batman. I see. It's Two-Face. He's trying to take over your father's territory. Very well. Kill all trespassers. I'll be down there shortly. After all, I'm not really dressed for the occasion. Now, get the fuck out of my room. Yes, ma'am. Izumi took off her dress and got into more fighting attire, as she put on black gloves on her hands, as her hyena jumped into her hyena re-jumped into a shadow after the goon left, as she opened the door to see some of her father goons firing their rifles at Two-Face's all around Ace Chemicals. As she grabbed one of the rocket launchers from one of her father's goons, as she leaned it against over her shoulder, as she aimed at a group of intruders and fired, as everyone heard the explosion, as a bunch of men go flying across the room in all different directions, as she jumped off the third floor of Ace Chemical and land on the main ground and cracked her neck and her knuckles a little bit. She began running through, unleashing her sticky thread, chopping everyone into little pieces. This lasted for about 3 hours. 3 hours straight. Izumi is covered in blood, as one of her father goons hand over a towel over to her to dry some of the blood off from her face. Gather a team. If they're not dead, kill them, and patch up all the injured. We're going to Two-Face's place. Then I'll be handling it from there. While I'm handling Harvey, you patch up anyone that's injured. and lock down this place. If I hear anyone entered, I'll kill you all. Do we understand each other? Yes, boss. That's good, boys. Now, move along. With that acceptable response, she made her way outside to the van and waiting for the team to finally show up. As she got into the passenger seat, when the rest of the goons finally showed up, and as they drove off, Two-Face is in his office flipping his coin as he heard gunshots, as he saw someone kick the door open, as he sees a young girl with long green hair with glowing green eyes stepping into his office and sat down. Who the hell are you, and where's my men? Dead, of course. As she takes a handkerchief and wipes the blood from her cheek. I don't really appreciate you sending your people causing trouble on my dad's territory. Disturbing me is not a very smart move. Got some nerve, girl. Who the hell are you? I don't even know your dad. I don't know what you're talking about, kid. Play dumb with me, Harvey. You know my dad very well. After all, you openly trying to take over his territory, and I just can't allow that. Green hair, green eyes, Joker. Exactly, Harvey. Now what I'm gonna do with you. I can see this only going two ways, Harvey. I could either kill you and all your men, at least which ones still live, and take your territory, myself, then gift wrap it to my father when I get him out of prison. Or I can forgive this clearly mistaken action you took, and everything goes back as usual. My people will stay out of your hair, stay out of your territory, and your people stay out of mine. After all, it would be a shame to interrupt the peaceful, symbiotic relation you have with my dad. Last thing we need is the bats to get to notice. We don't want another gang war. Do you? You don't seem to be the smart. Sorry. You don't seem to be the smart type. You see, when my father is away, I'm in charge, and I do things a little bit differently. Don't make me have to kill you. So what do you say, Harvey? Can we come up with an arrangement between you and me? Of course, when my father returns, you could go back to your campaign against him. But when I'm in charge, it's best for you to behave like the good little boy that you are. He watches Two-Face flip his coin as he sees Two-Face sigh in retreat. Well, like, I like you. You got a spine. I hear you loud and clear, daughter of Joker. I can see in your eyes you won't hesitate to kill me. Very well. I accept your little deal. As long as you're in charge, you have no problem. We have no quarrel. But once your father gets back in charge, I'll be continuing my campaign to kill him and take over his territory. Then we have no problems. But I'm only going to say this once, Harvey. If you interrupt me again, you'll be the first person I kill. Have a good day. As she walks out of the office, stepping over the dozens of chopped human flesh that's pretty much decorated the halls of his manor by using her sticky thread. After leaving Two-Face's manor, she stepped into the vehicle, into the passenger side. Bring me all the laughing gas supplies we have. We have this We have to set someone inside Blackgate. Are we busting out the boss? Of course, no father of mine would be behind bars. Like some sort of animal. Let's get back to the base. I have a few ideas. I have a few ideas. I'm going to get my father out of Blackgate. As Izumi said that uncaringly, I'm done hiding in my room. It's time for me to reveal myself to the world. And stop at the nearest fast food joint. I'm starving. On it, boss. The next few days, Izumi spent making small devices to deburst her father's laughing gas. And in these eight small devices, they're activated by a small controller she has, as she put them in the bag and hand over to one of the goons to give them to their informant in Blackgate, posing as the guard, to place the devices in certain points in the ventilation shafts, the vents and all that stuff. I butchered that by the way, but let's continue. When she got okay, they've been all placed. She wore her black best dress and to go see her father. After a short boat ride, she found herself on the small island where Blackgate was built on. She had her father-man kill all the security guards, prison guards that were patrolling the outside of the prison. As everyone's wearing a gas mask, as Izumi pressed the button, as the small devices begin to go off, as laughing gas spread through the vents, poisoning all the guards and inmates alike. As everyone's inhaling the laughing gas and starting to laugh, as the gas is finally taking effect. Making Izumi's path to her father fairly easy. And Izumi's being as the daughter of the Joker, she's completely immune to her father's laughing gas. She doesn't want to wear those ugly gas masks. She's thankful that she doesn't have to ruin her hair wearing those abominations. Izumi passed several cells as she sees her mother for the very first time. She's fully aware who her mother is. She's never met her. She understands her father and her mother have a violent relationship, but regardless, that's her father. She released her mother as she's passing through the hallway. As she saw a red-haired woman that's not affected by the gas, so she decided to free her as well, just because she could. Just because she could. She was feeling generous, so she released them. And she finally got to her cell, or finally got to her father's cell, as Harley and Ivy watched the young girl with a confusing expression on her face. With her sticky thread, she cut the door into thousands of pieces. As the pieces fall, reveal her father. That's my princess. As the Joker lifts her daughter up in a hug, as he gently places his daughter on the ground. You act surprised, father. Of course I would bust you out. Never doubted you for a moment, princess. Nice touch on the laughing gas. Izumi and her father were too busy conversing with each other to notice Harley Quinn and Poison Ivy were listening to their conversation. Once they heard enough, they both made their escape. With Harley Quinn was a very She doesn't know how to feel about this. She's trying to figure out whose kid that is. She can't imagine. She doesn't know if that's her kid or someone else's. That that her ex hooked up with. She's highly confused. Father and daughter link arms with each other as they make their way out of Blackgate onto the speedboat. Sometime later, they made their way back to Ace Chemicals. Well, this place looks like seen better days, but mostly intact. Had a little fun with explosions, did you, daughter? Had a little bit of trouble with Harvey, but I straightened him out. As soon as he hears that you're back, he'll continue his pointless crusade by taking your territory. That's just normal for him. He's still mad. He'll forgive me eventually. I want to start my own little organization, like yours. I think I'm ready. After tonight's performance, you indeed are ready, my daughter. But first, before you go on your own to march your own path, my dear daughter, I want to see what you can do with your cork. Izumi begins to demonstrate her sticky thread wrapping through a statue as she carves right through it like it was butter, and impaled one of the other statues with her black metal spider legs that popped out of her back. She only revealed one of them. I'm still figuring out what I could do with my sticky thread, Father. And my spider legs are pretty useful. To be good with my speed and strength, unless I'm fighting a stronger opponent, like a Kryptonian or one of those new gods you told me about, or some random alien that has some super strength. I do like my quirk, but my mind is try this again. I do like my quirk, but my mind is a far more deadlier tool than my powers could ever be. Said, dear. So, what city are you going to cause some chaos in? Gotham's already too crowded. Metropolis is out of the way. Metropolis is out of the question. Last thing I want is to deal with Superman. My best bet is Jump City. There's already a small villain group active there, fighting against a hero group called the Teen Titans. I believe that would be a good place to start. Probably join up with them for a little bit to see what they're all about. Then when I get what I want, I'll kill them. That's my girl. I'll leave that up to you, dear. If you're mine, you know your old man's only call away. Will do, Father. I'm gonna go to my room, start packing. Luckily, we have a safe house in Jump City, so I won't have to find a place to stay. I'll start my plans once I arrive. As she begins to make her way up to her room, start packing. As she uses her black metal spider legs to pick up some of the heavier objects and place them into the bag. Or into 2 duffel bags that was made with her hair, so it can withstand heavy payloads. It only took her about 3 hours to pack her things up in 2 duffel bags as she kissed her father on the cheek goodbye and took a taxi to Jump City. Several hours later, the taxi stopped in front of a rundown old military base that's surrounded by a forest. Izumi paid the driver and gave the taxi driver a little more than the ferry, so he would shut his mouth. We never met. As the taxi driver smiled and nodded and drove off immediately, Izumi went through the gates of the abandoned military base and stepped into the inner parts of the base, where it's pitch black as she navigates the long hallways until she got to a room where there's a rug concealing a hatch. As she opens it up and made her way down the path, she eventually found her way to the generator. As she started up and flicks, as the light starts to flicker, as she steps out of the generator room, as she passes several rooms, including a decent-sized kitchen with a living room with a big TV, as she laid down on the couch to get some rest, to get some sleep. She needs to get some rest before she goes exploring around Jump City to get the layout. The next morning, she walked over to the shower area as she unhooked her dress and stepped into the shower. After a long hot shower, cleaning any dirt she had on her skin, she got out of the shower, wrapped a towel around her body, and began looking through her different clothes that she brought. She decided to wear one of her favorite black dresses. As she fixes her green hair into a ponytail, as she made her way out of the bathroom and made her way out of the military base with her impressive speed, she got to Jump City in mere minutes. Her base is like barely outside of the borders, so it's pretty easy to get back and forth from the city. Izumi begins exploring Jump City as she looks around all the different shops she found in the city. This city is much different than Gotham City. Very relaxing. A lot more peaceful compared to what she's used to. Izumi took a break from exploring at a local ice cream parlor. When she entered the ice cream store, she saw a pink-haired girl with pigtails, with gray skin, with bright pink eyes, well, eye color, basically. Right next to her is a boy with goggles, bald, and very short, wearing some sort of green jumpsuit. And she did notice the bigger one of them, from the three, with a long brown hair with some sort of goatee on its chin. Izumi could tell Izumi believes he looks like some sort of primate. After a brief glance over the room, she completely ignored everyone else and ordered her mint chocolate chip shake and sat down at the far end of the table of the room. Sometime later, a group of punks coming into the ice cream store, laughing and joking with each other, as they all stand around there and take a look around the room, as they're clearly looking at Izumi, Jinx, Gizmo, and Mammoth. Have heard a bit nasty rumors about these guys. Jinx find them to be completely losers. She might not be a good person, but she would never do what these guys do. They take advantage of young girls, get them hooked onto drugs, and use them. Then when they're done with them, they kill them off. Or sell them off to some sort of sex trafficking organization. Boys, check out the green. Hey boys, check out the girl with the green hair. Let's grab her and ditch this place. Izumi was enjoying herself eating her shake until she felt someone grab onto her wrist. As she stared at the guy as she turned her head to stare at the whoever grabbed her wrist. As he sees a guy a few years older than him, or her, wearing some sort of black leather jacket, was wearing a black tank top, wearing blue raggy jeans. Without warning, one of her black metal spider legs come rushing out of her back, piercing the punk's opposite hand to the table. Don't touch me, you maggot. I don't want to catch stuffing. Now, boys, get the hell out of my sight before I outright kill you all. You're lucky I'm in a good mood. Because I'm a generous girl, I'll give you, let's say, 5 minutes. As she yanks out the spider leg out of the man's hand, or the punk's hand. Now beat it. Herder, as Mammoth pick up the waste of space and toss him out of the door. I like your style. Name's Mammoth. And my two friends over there are Jinx and Gizmo. Hi. As my muzzlehead friend said, I'm Jinx. Love those black things coming out of your back. May I? Yourself out. Just be careful at the end of it. It's quite sharp, and poison does occasionally leak from there. Oh, sorry. The poison is leak, but the whole thing's poisonous. She just chooses not to activate the poison part of her quirk. Jinx run her hands against the black-looking metal, as she could feel the coolness from it. There's Jinx on this one. Those are really awesome. Are they mechanic? As she gave Gizmo a look. Gizmo, was it? No, they're not mechanic. They're made from some sort of metal. It's some sort of metal. It's my quirk. I won't go further into details. What my abilities can do. After all, a girl has to keep some secrets to herself. Why don't you three sit down? I'm kind of new to Jump City. I just came in last night. My name is Izumi. It's nice to meet the three of you. After Izumi extracts some information from the three of them, they talk back and forth for several hours, getting to know each other. So, where can I go get some? Guys, where can I go to get some some mischief around here? I have to start making a name for myself. Considering I'll be in the city for a while. Three Hive members get a grin on their face. You came to the right people. Stick with us. You'll definitely get in some mischief. After Izumi learned they were from Hive, she wanted to check this Hive Academy for villains out. She's curious about this leader. If she finds a leader lacking, she'll kill him. But for now, she'll play along. She quite enjoys hanging out with Jinx, Gizmo, and Mammoth. She's never really been around kids her age. When Izumi met Brother Blood, she didn't think too highly of him. But she was respectful for now. Even though he put her through one of his tests to fight to place her against one of the senior students of the academy. She outright killed him on the spot with one of her black metal spider leg, piercing through the guy's heart, killing him instantly. As Yumi started to do mission for Hive, undercover work, Brother Blood found found his new student, Izumi, is quite adept at infiltration and spy work. So he was pleased by her performance, by all the intel gathering she's been she's been providing Hive Academy. This went on for months until she was called back for another mission. Izumi could tell by the sound of his voice something's different, so she made her way to Brother's Blood's office. Here's what I found during my mission. As she placed a flash drive on Brother's Blood office desk. Excellent work, like always. If only the rest of my students could act professional the way you do. Here's the next mission briefing. This will be a little bit different than your usual operation. It's still going to be an undercover mission. This mission will test every skill and instinct you have used so far. Think of it as a test. Izumi went over the mission on the screen on the wall. It's one of those touch screens. As she walks over to and start reading, solid plan. So you want me to do some vigilante work to get the attention of the Teen Titans? Exactly. You are indeed my favorite student. Once you've been successfully infiltrated the little Teen Titans, I want you to relay any information they have, what they do, what their training is, and so on. And because of the missions you've been doing for Hive, they would have no idea you're a member of Hive. So there shouldn't be any suspicion. As long as you play your role right, I think you'll be fine. Then once we have all the information take out their leader. Eliminate Robin. Infiltrate, spy, execution. I like it. How long do I have? You could take the next few days off, then start the mission. After all, you got done with a long-term mission, and I do like your results. I could at least give you that. Very well, Professor Blood. I'll take my leave. What about the rest of the Teen Titans? Can I kill them? Please do. They've been a thorn in my side for far too long. Regardless if you're able to kill the rest of the team, once their leader's dead, the rest of them should fall like a house of cards. Understood. As she walked out of the door, back to her room, to jump into bed to fall asleep for some well-deserved sleep. 4 weeks has passed. Several criminals has been taken down, wrapped in some sort of white substance that would dissolve after some time. After some time has passed. As Yumi started making a name for herself as a vigilante in Jump City, trying to get the Teen Titans' attention, either trying to stop her or try to recruit her. She's not sure which route they're going to take. As she's leaping through from rooftop to rooftop in the dead of night, Izumi stopped and looked to the bottom below of the street, the street level, as Izumi sees some sort of older teenager surrounded by policemen, all pointing their guns at him. As the guy begins to grow in size, the skin starts to turn into rock, as he eventually turns into a humongous golem, hovering over the policeman, smashing his foot onto one of the police cars, making it explode, and trying to swipe the policeman with his long arms and fists. Izumi watched to see what would happen. It didn't take long for the Teen Titans to show up. to try to take down this guy from killing anyone else in the area. When the rock guy hands were about to smash Starfire, she wasn't paying attention to her surroundings. When she eventually saw it, it was already too late. But before the humongous rock hand could slam Starfire into the ground, his hand was stopped by a girl with green hair, with green eyes, with some sort of black spider legs popping out of her back, digging into the hand of the fit, or the big hand of the rock. Rock, but anyways, rock hand, basically. You care if I join you care if I join in the party? It seems like you guys are having a lot of fun. As she used the spare leg she has access of, and drive it right through the hand of the humongous rock creature. As she socked the hand away, or basically slapped the hand away, as she jumped up in the middle of the air, as she began scaling the humongous rock golem with her spider legs, she got high enough. She jumped in the middle of the air and slammed her fist into the rock wall, the golem's face, making him hit the ground hard, knocking him out as he slowly begins to decrease in size, as the once rock skin turned into normal flesh skin, as he eventually was reverted back to his normal form, as he was immediately arrested by the police force. Izumi started to walk away until Starfire flew in front of her. And what she did next surprised her. She wasn't expecting this girl just to outright hug her out of nowhere and thank her for rescuing her. Following the hug, she started to converse with Izumi. Thank you for saving me, new friend. Oh, still in the hug, she slowly begins to retract her spider legs into her body. You're affectionate one. You're welcome. I guess. I just saw you guys having fun, and I thought I would join in. You handle yourself well. I take it you're that vigilante that I've been hearing about. Green hair, green eyes, wearing a black dress. You definitely fit the bill. I probably should have made a costume, but yeah, that's me. Robin, I believe you are. That I am. You do some good work. I would like to offer you a invitation to join the team. To join the Teen Titans. What'd he say? As he extended his hand outward for her to shake it. Izumi is trying to stop herself from smiling devilishly. This is a lot easier than I thought it was going to be. She's thinking that to herself. As she extends her hand out and put a snake smile, and shake Robin's hand. Sure, why not? As that's where we're going to stop it. Hope you guys have a good night and day, judging my time zones, and I'll check you in the next video.